Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. On the run, it's Bo Jackson. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the... And right away, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Then he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. The first carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson escaping the pressure right. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be two guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Here's Jackson. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
On second down, it's Jackson, and the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Now Jackson looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. On is the Hall of Famer Ray Guy to punt this away on fourth down. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Play action. It's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On third down, Jackson. Flush to his right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reggie White. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Slam, slam, slam. Go, 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 go.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 3-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Boy, they're down only 1 score, still first half, but they're going to line up for the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
On second down now, it's Jackson, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
3rd and 2, here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. This is caught by Jackson. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. 40 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Stenerud now to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll start here with Jackson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. Gronkowski, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Jackson on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 20, Mike 20.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
You better be afraid of me. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Who the
Now Jackson on 1st down. Being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To throw is Jackson. Looking deep for Julio. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Willis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson now, throwing again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Let's take it inside his own 40. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the... Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer, Willie Brown. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Walter Payton, the intended receiver.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an intercept.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Jackson now. Letting one go deep for a noon walk. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the longtime Raider, Willie Brown. He couldn't hook up with a noon walk that time. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 20! And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Jackson goes right side, and he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. Let's see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
18 yards, first down Niners.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They'll run on first down. Peyton, and he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On second down, it's Jackson. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Forced out to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. And he's got some space here. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. 57 yards. And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Finding room inside the 40. A heck of an effort there on the scramble. Leaves him with just 3rd and a yard. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. He'll get this complete to Walter Payton. Touchdown, 49ers! Walter Payton, 37 yards. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken short. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on fourth down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken around the 12. He'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kelvin Benjamin, 79 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to...
They've got his man complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run here with Bo. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. They run again with Jackson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from 4 yards out as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. From the gun, Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Throwing is Jackson. They'll drop this off to Peyton. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Walter Payton, the intended receiver. On first down, Jackson. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters.
And he loses the football a second time. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by Stenerud, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be taken very short. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. 52's the line.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. This is caught. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
1st and goal, San Francisco.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends.
4 down. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Julio Jones with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Here we go now as they will again try for 2. Again, Jackson. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead.
Steelers 26.
Following the touchdown, here's Stenerud to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll run now with Bo Jackson. He'll have a first down past the 40. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 75 yards. And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. Caught by Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense. 52's the mic, boys. 52. Hey, watch out. New mic, 52. Right, 52.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Buying time to his left. Going deep for big. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Going to throw again. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
There's several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. To throw is Jackson. To throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Lawrence Taylor.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They're going fourth down. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the Hall of Famer, Willie Brown. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
Take four.
On 3rd down, Jackson. This will be caught by Randy Moss. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. They'll throw on 1st down to Jackson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defense...